Hello, everybody. Now it's 2:02 p.m. Uh, June 29th. So our class start. So today we will learn how to play Weiqi. Okay, have you heard about Weiqi? Well, maybe you heard about other game like chess or shogi or yeah, Chinese chess or a simple game, tic-tac-toe. But probably this Weiqi game, the game we will learn today, is the most challenging one in this world. And it was invented in China at least 3,000 years ago. And legend says that the king of ancient China invented this game to teach his son to be the leader of the country. So this game is about leadership. And if you want to be a leader in the future, you have to practice, you have to prepare, you have to make decision. And this game can be a very good tool to help you. And when you play Weiqi, it's completely different from others. Okay, and when you play Weiqi, okay, first let's look at the Weiqi. What does this looks like? And let me show you. Yeah, this is a Weiqi, and a standard Weiqi may looks like this. It's relatively big. This is a Weiqi board, and this is a Weiqi. We call it stones. And when you open it, we will have black pieces and white pieces. And this standard Weiqi usually it's used for like hobby or tournament. Mm. And but for classroom teaching, usually we use small board like this, 6 by 6 or 7 by 7. And we may use magnets as the stones. So that's about Weiqi. Okay, so next we start to learn how to play this game. First, since this is a game, we need to know the purpose first. And if you play chess, what's the purpose for a chess game? Of course, to win the game it's one purpose, but uh, for all competition, most likely you want to win. So more specifically, for chess game, what's the purpose? Try to kill the king. Try to checkmate. That's the purpose of chess. Okay, and but Weiqi, it's different. It's not about killing, and which is a game of number. And you are the leader of the country. You need to develop your country, help more people survive on the board. So all the pieces, this one, or it's called a stone, that's your people. You help them survive on the board. So look at the board, help them survive on the board. That's the purpose. So when you play Weiqi, uh, the final purpose is to survive. And when you play, you take one from the box and play on the board, and then take turn, and then red turn, and then blue's turn, and then red turn. And your score is the number of your people on the board. It's like your population. So right now, how many blue on the board? Two. That means for the blue leader, the score is 2. And for the red leader, the score is 3. Is this game over? No. So the score may change. You can continue to play and play. Okay, so that's basic idea, the score. Okay, so next we will learn the rule of the game. If you play chess, there are many rules. Okay, and you have to set up the board game. Every pieces move differently, but for Weiqi, it's very easy. There are 2 rules, but 1 rule is enough for us to play. Okay, so look at this situation. And if this situation happen, the red cannot survive. That means it must be taken away from the board. It cannot survive in the board in our space. Okay, and if the board looks like this situation, then this red cannot survive. So how can you survive on the board? Well, you need energy. The empty point, empty intersection next to you, that's your energy spot. And you can get energy from there. And if all this energy spot is taken away, you are dead. So there's a name for this energy spot. It's called qi. So let's read it. Qi. And then qi, it's a Chinese name. It means energy or air supply. So for this one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 qi. Diagonal is not a qi. And how about this one? How many qi for this? 1, 2, 3. How about this one? 1 and 2. Yes. So different location has different qi. And that's the knowledge or information we can get now. And if you are on the corner area, you have less qi, less energy. Edge, a little bit more, but not good enough. When you play Weiqi, you have the freedom to play anywhere. But as a leader, you need to make good decision. As I said before, Weiqi is a game of number. If you make good decision, your final score will go up, up, up. But if you make bad decision, your final score will go down, go down, go down. Okay, so now let's learn how to play. Okay, so when you play the game, you start with empty board. Where do you want to start? The first step is your first important decision. Do you want to start from the corner or edge or somewhere in the middle? Yes, somewhere in the middle is good. Okay, and the second thing we need to learn is if you play one stone next to your original stone, next to each other, like this, we call it one string. Well, string can be long, like this, or this is one string, as long as they are next to each other. Okay, this is another string. Okay, so when you play the game, if you are one string, you can share your qi. That means for this blue string, it's made of 2 blue, but how many qi do you have? That means how many red do you need to surround them if blue leader don't take care of them? 6, you're right. Now these 2 blue, both of them are dead. This string are dead. All of them will be taken away from the board. And this procedure is called capture or remove it from the board. Okay, so that's a rule we learn, and then we can play the game. Okay, one more thing you need to know is when you play the game, you can choose anywhere to play. You have 100% freedom, but at the same time, you're 100% responsible for your people. So your mission is try to help them survive, not lead them to death. Okay, so now let's start to play. Red play here, blue play here, red play here, blue play here, red play here. Now this part is blue's territory. This part is it's red territory. And this part, that's public space. Usually, if you want to survive, you need space. But this is private space for blue, private space for red, and public space. Why it's called private space? Because if you play here, well, you only have 2 qi, and blue will play here. Now you have only 1 qi. You are in danger. Blue play here, you are dead. So probably you want to increase your qi here. Now you have 2 qi, but blue will continue play here. And if you want to increase your qi here, but that's impossible in this situation. And then all 3 are dead. So that's why this part, it's private space for blue. We call it blue territory. And this is red territory. And if you play blue, do you want to play here to try to survive? Well, you have the freedom to play there, but do you think it's safe? If it's too much risk, maybe play at the public space. Okay, now red play here, blue play here, red play here, and there are 2 public space. So maybe blue play here, red play here. This one is in danger. So red connect, and then blue connect. And now, is there any public space? The public space is the empty intersection, usually between 2 colors. So can you find it? Yes. So blue play here, and then there's no public space. So now let's do some math puzzle. What's the score for red? Yes, 7. And what's the score for blue? 11. Yes. How do you know? Well, you can count one by one. It's very slow, but there's other ways. For example, this part is 5, 5. This part is 5, another 5, and one more. So it's 11. And because Weiqi and math are naturally connected, so when we play Weiqi in the future, and we will practice lots of math skill. We will use our math skill. And so be prepared to use your math skill. And with, and how many more blue can you play? Because you don't want to play here, you will die. Okay, so you can play inside your territory, and red will play inside territory. So how many blue can you play more? We call it express mode. So we can start to fill in. And And if we play like this, what happened to blue? What's the score for blue? 19? Or can blue survive all of them? You're right. They cannot survive because there's no energy supply. You have to leave two energy spots for them. If you continue play here and here, and then your score will be 0. We call it overflow. So don't overflow. When this situation happens, you just pass, pass. Okay? And if you pass, can red play here? Red is dead. Can red play here? Red is dead. So blue will survive forever. And this is your maximum number to survive. And what's the score for red? Oh, sorry. What's the score for blue? Well, we can move this one. We can reorganize it later. But first, let's fill in red. Okay, so now this game is over. It's called a perfect situation or called completeness. Everybody survived forever with the maximum number of stones survive on the board. Now we can start to count. We can count one by one. We can separate them and count, group them together and count. Another way is reorganize. So for example, I can move this one here, move this one here. So for red, 3 times 5. And for blue is 3 times 6 minus 1. That's your score. And what's the difference between red and blue? Well, this is a difference. That means blue number subtract red number equals to 2. And blue is 2 more than red. Okay, so that's about this game. We have played one game. And next, I will separate you into small group and you will start to play. And you can go to the website. We call it OGS. OGS is this website. It's onlinego.com. So you can start to play on this, log in on this website and start to play. And I will be here, observe your game. Okay. So today's lesson, we pause here, and we will play on OGS website. And in fact, I will start a game to show you how to play. This is how we play on OGS. After you sign up, register your name, we can start to click this play and create a name. Because we play, we call it math rule. Math rule is the rule I just introduced, and it's different from other rules. Other rules will happen like 2,000, 3,000 years later. Right now, you know, math rule, that's good enough. And then we will start to set up this game. First, we don't choose ranked game. We choose not ranked game. And then we can customize the board size. We use 7x7 board for beginners. And for the rules, we choose AGA rule. It's American Go Association rule. And for this, that's a time control because we need to control the time. Okay, and for the Komi, and we set it for 9. Komi means compensation because black one color goes first, you have some advantage. So the second player gets some compensation. Okay, so now I will start to play the game. I create the challenge and wait for other people to play with me. Of course, there's another choice. I can play with robot. There are lots of robots on this website, but right now I'm thinking play with a person. So I create my challenge and wait for other people to accept my challenge. And if you cannot find other people, you can accept other people's challenge on bigger board like 9 by 9 or 19 by 19. Or you can also create a challenge a robot. Sometimes there are lots of players like to play 7 by 7, but sometimes you have to wait for some time. And today, well, maybe I will create, uh, well, I will challenge the robot. I choose computer and I choose this one, AI to go bot. That's a robot that supports uh, 7 by 7 board. Okay. Oh, looks like there's some problem with this robot. It cannot continue the game. I will cancel it and try to play another robot. I think I remember which one? This one? Okay. I don't know if we can support 7 by 7 board. Maybe. Some robots that don't support 7 by 7. Let's try noob. Not support. I know that Katago support Katago. Yes, this one. Let's try this Katago. Not supported. Mm, okay, then I'll try a 9 by 9 board. This one does not support 9 by 9. Uh, maybe this one? Or it does not support the speed I mentioned. Maybe this one? Oh, I'll try this one. No. Well, like looks like robot is popular. Let's try this one. Oh, that's good. Finally, I have a robot player. Okay, so the final purpose for Weiqi game is to survive and survive on the board. So you need some territory. Territory means the empty space you try to surround. Looks like there will be some conflict. Now black and white are complete separate. It's a bad situation for both players. We have to make lots of decisions. I try to surround that two black stone on the upper side to try to survive. But black try to survive in this area and try to attack my pieces. Try to survive. Try to get some territory. And if I capture them, that's good. Looks like black are separating into several parts. This black try to escape, but I just let it run. No way to escape. Why? I will separate the black, and black is in big trouble. Now I capture it and then try to Atari, but it doesn't work. Hmm. White is in big advantage now. Black is in big trouble. There's no way. Oh, okay, the game is over. Ah, okay. There's one step not very good for black. Or maybe black should play here. That's a reasonable move. This one not very good. Should play here. And then it's possible to kill all white. Okay. White should play here. No. White should play here. Try to survive. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm, that makes sense. Okay. So that's good. That's a good game. Okay. So that's good for today. And your homework is to play on this website before your next uh, next lesson. We have two lessons for this course, and some suggestion for you. One is uh, expect some lost, a lot lost. Okay. Second is, and don't worry, everybody start from this beginner. Okay. Oh, there's another website I want to share with you. It's called Cosmi Jungle. I will share all this website with you. And this is a pure robot website. You can play with robot. Okay, so I'll play another game with robot on a 7x7 board. And there's no time limit for this website. That's a good thing. And you play black and the robot will play white. Stay close with your friend is one way because when you play Weiqi, you are dealing with risk. You are taking care of people dealing with risk. And if you stay close, it's easy for you to help each other. While this one, I try to escape. If I continue escape, there's no way. So I decide to sacrifice it. Try to get some territory in the lower right corner. I can capture this one and create two opportunity to capture. Wow, that's good for me. I can decrease the white qi and increase my territory. I secure my territory on the upper right corner. I connect, make myself safe. If there's no space to play, you can pass. In fact, I can pass too, but I can still continue to fill in and pay attention that look at here and here. You need to leave two energy spot for you and pass. Okay, and this two energy spot is so important. And then we will give it a name. And the name for this one and this one, it's called eye. And two eyes help you survive forever. So that's the secret to survive forever. And you are the leader of this country. And you need to know this information to help your people survive forever. So now you know the purpose of this game. Try to survive and survive forever. And the secret to survive forever is two eyes. So when I ask, what's the secret to survive forever? Just show me this. Two eyes help you survive forever. Is there any other ways to survive forever? Well, I didn't mention that. Maybe you will discover it in the future. Okay, so that's about today's lesson. And if I pass, okay, and the system will count the score, and I don't need to play a new game. Why it says 6 points more than white? Because what's the score for white? 12. What's the score for black? 18. Is this the maximum number of black? No, black can play a lot of more. Okay, so that's about today's lesson. Okay, so before we exit, close this meeting, and we need to do a quick review. So first, which is a game of number. It's different from chess. If you play chess at the end of the game, do you have a number? No, you win or lose or tie. But Weiqi is a game of number. That means at the end of the game, you will have a number. A number, if you make good decision, the number will be more than zero. And if you make bad decision, the number may be zero. That means you didn't help your people to survive on the board. Okay, so the purpose of Weiqi to survive and survive forever. You are the leader. You have to make good decision. And the secret to survive forever, two eyes. Okay, so next homework and play with robot. Okay, before the next game, you play with robot. And I will share the website and before the next game. Okay, so today's lesson almost over, and you can start to register on OGS. That's online-go.com, and then play the game. Okay, so we stop here and see you next time. Bye bye, and let's exit the meeting.